Hello, hello, hello. Um, so I am back for another craft with me, and I'm pretty sure I'll do some random chit chat too. I am working on a journal. This is actually the cover. So it's gonna be kind of like long and slim. And I am working on decorating the signatures. I've already kind of gathered all of that paper out. Um, So these are the signatures. It's going to be 4 signatures. And I think I have like 8 or 9 pages in each signature, which I actually may um, take out a couple of them because as I'm embellishing and adding, it's just getting way thick. Um, but I'm kind of realizing that I'm having a hard time decorating them because I don't have a lot of pre-made things to kind of embellish. Like this paper clip here, this altered paper clip. I made this last night. Um, so today my plan is to kind of create a collage board, a master board, so that I can use that for tags and belly bands and just have things like readily available. So I pulled out some kind of heavy duty cardstock. I have a lot of this kind of just neutral color cardstock, and I have like even more pink of it. But I didn't really want to use pink for this. I actually like coffee dyeing the pink cardstock paper, but it is a heavier cardstock. So it would be really, really good to make tags and journaling cards and things like that. Oh, let me zoom out a little bit. My desk is a disaster because I have been working. I've been creating, crafting things. So yeah. So I have my cardstock. I'm just gonna put this under here. I have some craft paper that okay, that I previously stamped on, and that's a stamping paper prior to using it is a really good kind of like hack and tip so that I will be pulling out stamps anyway, but I do have things that are pre-made already to use. I also did that on tissue paper. And the cool thing with tissue paper is if you stamp on it and then you glue it and to another piece of like paper, it almost disappears. So that's a cool little effect that you guys will probably see here if you haven't done so elsewhere. I did stamp this with distress oxides. Um, so sometimes the glue or the adhesive that you do use, it will kind of activate that oxide. I'm totally okay with because they look beautiful and I actually think, oh, there you go. That's the correct side. I'm like, wait, this is backwards. Why am I reading this backwards? There we go. This is the correct side. So yeah, so some tissue paper, craft paper. I got some vintage magazines somewhere around here, just random cutoffs of coffee dyed paper, strawberry dyed paper. Although I'm probably not going to use this because this would make a perfect little signature for a pocket journal. So that's going to get tossed to the side. Some printables, avocado. No, not avocado. Cabbage dyed paper. For some reason, I did cabbage dyed paper, and most of it turned out blue. I barely got any purple, like at all. Another printable, some music paper, some faux vellum. That's just been kind of sitting. Oops, sorry for the wiggle. Some faux vellum that I've had sitting in my paper box. This was a printable, and I did, I think, blueberry, a blueberry mess on this one. Some old dictionary paper. So yeah, so I'm going to do some collaging first, and then I'll probably do some stamping, and then I'll go in and add some stuff. So I'm going to be ripping up some things. So I may just be quiet as I rip so that you guys can get a little bit of ASMR from me. And if you guys ever hear any humming in the background, that is my heater, because I'm always cold. Okay, so also before I get started and I go silent for that ASMR, right? My handy dandy newspaper is in the back, so things can be controlled a little bit. And I recently bought this multi-purpose adhesive spray from Dollar Tree. So it says Beacon Value. I guess, right? How about that? It has the same logo, well, the same name brand there with the same, dash across the A. So maybe this is just like a cheaper version of Fabri-Tac, but in kind of like a spray form. Uh, I have not used this before. I have not seen any reviews on this. I literally was just like walking through the Dollar Tree craft spot, and I was like, oh, let's try this. I should maybe, possibly do a test run, right? All right, yeah, I think I'm gonna do that before I really get into this. Do like a quick test run. Haha, psych. You guys thought we were gonna go right into it, didn't you? So did I, but sidetrack. Because I don't want to create this master board and put stuff into a journal that will possibly be sold or gifted, and it just not be okay, not be up to par. I definitely want to. I don't know how much I need to use of this stuff, guys. We're gonna call that done. See? That's like really wet. I don't feel any stickiness really to it. Um, Let me see. Okay, that's not sticking. That's not sticking at all. Okay, so let's see. Maybe shake it up again. Maybe I sprayed too much. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. If this does not work, I am literally just going to get into gluing with things that I know work. Oh no. Yeah, that's like no. It does say that works on paper, wood, cardboard, and more. Do not spray towards your face. Okay, guys? Just disclaimer. Safe, easy, non-toxic, pump spray glue materials. Okay, non-toxic, fast holding, dries clear. I wonder if it's maybe just this craft cardstock type paper that I'm using. Maybe I should glue. Yeah, look, this is doing nothing. I mean, my kid's cereal is stickier than this. Okay, let's. All right, we're not dealing with this today. I'm gonna have to deal with that some other day. I'll put that in front of my heater, so let that dry, and see if anything comes of it. Maybe I use too much glue. User error. Okay, for now, user error. It's okay. We're gonna use my handy dandy craft bond extra pressure, well, extra strength, permanent bond glue stick, which I think, yeah, that's all I have left on that. And I'm not sure if I have any more, to be honest with you. So we're going to use that maybe sparingly. Okay. Make sure this is fairly clean. Okay. And away we go. We'll just start ripping things. Okay, so I think I want this to be the bottom part so far. Like, this is what I'm going to start with. I did not want any straight edges for the most part. I'm okay with this because it's on the edge, so I'll put this down on the edge, like that somewhere. But other than that, yeah, we don't want any straight edges around here. We want torn, rough, old, grungy stuff. And let me get, because I'm going to be doing a lot of gluing, I'm going to grab a little glue book, is what I use this for. all I do is lay my paper down, apply my glue. It can get a little bit funky, especially messing with the tissue paper because it's nice and thin, right? So it just like absorbs all of that glue. Um, I'm going to try to get the bottom layer, the first like background layer, kind of really nice and smooth. I'm not going to put too much thought though into it. If it doesn't come out smooth, then it doesn't. um, I'm not doing this in any particular order or way. I am just doing. I probably will add sewing to this. So we, we, I don't know why I said we, but I'm not too concerned if there's any like lifting. Um, because I'll typically sew around any of like my journal cards or tags or whatever. So that's also something that I'm not going to be too concerned about is if something is a little bit lifted. So yeah, do you see that tissue paper? Once you add glue to it, it really does kind of just like fade into whatever paper that you have down. Um, so this tissue paper that I used, that it does have a shiny side. I did stamp on that shiny side, so it may be a little bit shiny, but I'm not too worried either about that because there's ways to um, knock out that shine if that's something that I don't want. Um, I did think about possibly doing some type of treatment on the paper beforehand, but I decided against it. Um, I since this is distress oxide, once I kind of cut it down to the way I want, to the sizes and shapes and whatnot that I want, then I'm going to go ahead and do my treatment. I'm definitely going to try to kind of keep this as neutral as possible so that I can um, use it for just about anything. Um, I may also scan it so that I can print it later on. I'm not so sure about that yet. I think I just realized that I left the volume on my son's snap cam. So I don't know if the camera is actually going to pick up his night his nap music. That's more in the frame. I really need to kind of pay more attention to where the camera is facing and whatnot. I think I actually did that backwards, but It's okay. It is okay. So I was not too worried, right, about ripping off this paper and like these little bits because I will use them. Sorry, I hit the camera again. All of these little bits will get used. If it has like ink on it, I'm going to use it for something. If it is not this project, it will be something else. A lot of the time, I will just leave my scraps on my desk, and that's literally what I'll craft with all day long. Probably why my desk is always a mess. Okay, I think I'm okay with this. Maybe not. I want this big piece down. Okay. Oh no, sticky, sticky. Oh, I ripped it. So this glue works amazingly well on tissue paper, clearly. I think I did that one backwards as well, but I don't know. Okay, this is just background. Right? Plus, I can read backwards, so not too much of a concern for me. So yeah, this is my blue book. It was just a Toys R Us catalog that I kind of glued down. I don't use this too often, honestly, because I haven't really done any mass like making or like super big collage things here. So yeah, so I'm using it now because I do plan on doing a lot of filling. But all I did was took the catalog pages and folded them in half, and that's it. Okay. Now that I did these parts, I think I'm going to rip down my cardstock a little bit more. I don't want the pieces to be too big. Don't want that there. And also, I did use a piece of the craft paper that was not too dark. I used one that was a little bit thinner on E because I didn't want it to be so heavy. Let's try those. And I'm going to go ahead and use this method for the craft paper. It's a little bit difficult to do this with the tissue paper because it's so thin. And I'm probably not going to continue doing that. It takes too long. And I am going to glue a couple of these at one time. Boop. Boop. So, I am a fan of this glue. I've been using it for a little while now, and I have had no issues. Clearly, it does its job. I also used this while making like greeting cards. I use this as extra adhesiveness for my washi tape. I put the washi tape on envelopes, postcards, and I've never had any issues come back. So it excuse me, it does the job, it does the trick. Man, I just had a coughing fit. Woo. Oh, it's raining. It's storming. I'm trying to see if my microphone will pick that up. Oh, I'm so happy. I haven't crafted in a rainstorm in a while. Interesting. Ah, cool. 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 That seriously, seriously got me too happy. Oh man, I hope it does not rain over the weekend. So today is the 17th of May. My son turned 2 on Monday. We did go out to lunch to celebrate that. Um, but and we're doing a cake for him at the house. So this is what so this is what happens when you have a Leo mom, right? Because we're extra. We go all out. So yeah, so we had to we went out and celebrated his birthday on Monday, which also that was a combination of celebrating Mother's Day too. And I was totally okay with that. So yeah, so Monday we had a celebration for him. Tonight we're gonna have a celebration for him at the house because his grandfather can't make it on the weekend. So then on the weekend we have rented an apartment at a resort here in Orlando. So it has a like a water park attached to it. So yeah, we're going to stay there for 3 nights. I think it is 3 nights. So he like he's 2. I mean he knows what his birthday is, but he really has no idea what's in store for him this weekend. He's no clue whatsoever. And I am super excited because he is really in that stage where he wants to be social. He wants to see people. He loves water. So I'm excited for him, even though he doesn't know what's going on yet. And I haven't even mentioned it to him. I didn't even say, like, we're going away this weekend and we're going to do this. I did not say a thing about it to him. So it's going to be all surprise. And I'm excited about that. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I think I have enough of this that I want down. Now I'm trying to decide. I think I'm going to go with music paper. So because this is previously cut, honestly, and it's so close to the music paper, I think I'm just going to flip that here. And these pieces will be used for edges since they have a straight edge on it. And then these will be used for the innards. Perfect. Perfection. And once again, no real thinking here. Sorry, I'm going to move this down just a little bit because I keep moving this towards me. I did glue 2 of these at a time. I may give it a quick glance over to see what side I want to use. I may not. I actually did for this side because I really like that music note there, and the other side is kind of flat. Okay. I probably should ink some edges on these to give it a little bit of extra pizzazz, but I'm not. Look at that pretty that music note is. I don't know how old this music paper is. It came from a book in a thrift store, and I don't know exactly which one it was at this point. So, sorries, I don't know the age of it, but it does have a nice off-white yellowy color. So I guess I'm gonna get a little picky right now because I don't think I'm gonna use too much more of music paper here. So I think these will be the pieces that I use because these are the ones with the notes that I like. Let's use this bit. So you see, I planned on not being picky with this, and then I ended up being a little bit picky. That's just the way it goes, right? That's just how the crafting mind works. You don't always do what's planned. Creativity takes over, and then you're just in a crafting world like the wild, wild west. I do like to turn things around while I'm working sometimes to get a different perspective. Right? It's kind of like those optical illusions. You kind of can't see the cat in the lady's face until you turn her to the like 42.3 degrees to the left and tilt it up. Okay, yeah. You're not laughing with me, you're laughing at me. I know, I know. Okay. Actually, I do want some more music notes down, music paper. Sorry. So sorry for the noises. I sound like an alien. I know. It's just something that I do with crafting. I don't know why I keep bringing that all the way over here. Like, I'm doing my gluing on this side, but I keep putting my glue on this side. Hello. Work smarter, not harder. So, summertime is upon us, and we do especially feel it here in Central Florida. Yay! Um, I was about to say I don't have anything planned, but that's not exactly true. I will be going to Miami week after Memorial Day, sometimes around Memorial Day, like a day after Memorial Day, something like that. To visit my very best friend. Her dog passed away. He was a little Chihuahua. She had him for I think like 13 years or so. Um, it was her child, so I'm gonna go there and just kind of be there with her and hang out with her. Um, and we did have a trip planned to Louisiana. I'm originally from Louisiana to go visit family for June, but we actually pushed that back um, to July, I think around my birthday. My family doesn't know this yet, so if you guys are watching my video now, you know. Louisiana trip postponed until July. But I think it's pretty cool because I will actually be able to celebrate my 40th birthday with my family that lives over there this year. So, yeah. Yeah, that's right. I'm going to be 40. So, um, I know a lot of people would kind of start stressing out about 40, but I I am not. I want this. I am not stressing out about being 40 because here's why. Because I don't look 40. I hear all the time that I look a lot younger than my age. So I'm not stressed about it at all. To be honest, I kind of wish I did look um, closer to my age because then people would not treat me as if I was young, right? Um, so yeah, like I really have no visible gray hair at all. Like I may have a strand or two or three, maybe even five in there somewhere, but you can't see them. So yeah, like I kind of want to be treated like an adult. Like I want to be treated by people as if I do have some wisdom. So yeah, okay. Enough about the the, the random like non-crafting chit chat, right? So I thought I was done with the craft paper, but I don't think I am. Um, maybe I am. Okay, yeah, I think I am. I think I'm gonna put another something in the background. So I've been having these little statue flower ladies printed out for quite some time. Wasn't that delicious? See those? You see those scales? Look at that. Look, perfect. Perfect. It really does take talent to rip things well. If you didn't know. I'm kind of just kidding. Kind of. But yeah, really. Um, if you don't like the ripping of the paper, like the sound that makes, um, you can always take like a wet brush, like a wet paintbrush, around the edges and wet the paper, and it'll kind of, not kind of, but it will come off a lot smoother. Um, and you won't have that noise to worry about if that's something that you don't like. That's not what I'm doing, clearly. Go. I do like that there's only 4 of these. It's not going to take up too much of the focus. I don't know yet what I want the focus to be. But I do think that these are going to give it some good depth and background noise. This is how you fussy cut without cutting, okay? This is fussy ripping. Fussy tearing. And if you don't know what fussy cutting is, I have a video with an octopus squid thing with tentacles posted. That's what fussy cutting is. You have an image, kind of like intricate, and then you use your scissors to cut around it, so all you see is the image and there's no white border. I suppose having some nails is helping this a little bit, making this a little bit easier for me. Yeah. Oh no, I got a little bit too close there. So if you're just entering the tearing paper phase of your crafting journey, what I am doing is I'm pretty much taking this nail and I'm bringing it a little bit further out than the line of the image or where I want the paper to be torn. Then I take the other hand and I just rip. So it's giving me kind of like that boundary. It's a nail boundary of where I want that paper ripped. And you see all of these little bits. I do not throw these away anymore. I'm actually going to start my paper making journey. Wish me luck, because I'm probably going to need it. That probably will not be filmed. I probably will share like little shorts here and there, but especially if I don't know what I'm doing, I'm going to kind of want to not be on camera just so that the craft at hand can have my full attention. And it's a time consuming process. So, yeah, maybe if I stick with it, I will film it at some point. Okay. All right. So, where are we going to put these bad boys? Gosh, she's so much bigger. Like, that head is ginormous. I'm going to put her here. And then I'm going to put maybe her here. And then this here. Mm, hold up. That there. That there. There. And here. Okay. Hmm. So I'm trying to place these so that when I cut them, when I cut my paper, um, you're not gonna have just like a random eye, which I mean, it may not be a bad thing, but I am trying to be a little bit conscious of where I'm placing these right now for the future. I mean, I guess you could place this up here and then move her a little bit further out. So then, like, if I cut it like off down here, 1, 2, like, there's 3 there. I can make some pretty large tags and cards from this portion up here, and then turn the bottom part into smaller bits. I don't know. And also, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I should have started with these first and then worked around them. But okay, it is okay. It's raining, it's pouring, the old man is snoring. So it started to pour and then kind of slacked up a bit, and then like it's like another downpour for us, which is great because I think we were like going through a drought. So let's see here. We're going to grab this. I am going to ink these bad boys up. And I don't know why I'm calling them bad boys, because they're clearly women, except for this one. I'm not really sure, so I'll call him a bad boy. Or them a bad boy. Whichever way you want to call them. Oh, yeah. So you see what inking of edges does? It just kind of brings that image a little bit more forward. Um, I really want to activate some of this oxide. I just don't know how I'm going to do it and at what stage I'm going to do it. Maybe I should do it now. The thing is that if I do that now, the paper is going to be wet. So I would have to bring out my, what is that thing called? Heat gun. To get it to dry really fast. I do sometimes use my heater as I'm crafting to dry things, but that's if I kind of need like a slow dry. I'm okay with things slow drying. So I'm going to go in here and darken some stuff up too, actually. So where those kind of lines are there, I'm going to go in with my brush and give it some aging, just to give a little bit of color to things. Get stuff moving along here. I'm not necessarily thinking about where this color is going right now. Once again, it's just to give it a little bit of like depth, different color. Okay. Right there. Does anyone ever clean their ink brushes? Right, we clean our makeup brushes. Does anyone ever clean the ink brushes? I don't know, right? Because I use lime. Even if it's dry, I still use it. So this one here is my personal favorite. I don't know, I just love that she's like turned around. But yeah, she's like, I don't know, giving attitude from the back of the head. Up the hand, yo. Oh. If I have not thanked you for watching, thank you. In this video anyway. This will probably be a 2 or a 3-part video, clearly, because I'm already at 51 minutes. So, I'll probably cut this video off here for a minute, yeah, a little bit, and then just kind of pick right back up on another video. So I love this little effect that I'm getting there. I'll pick it up in a minute. Let me get all of these glued down, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Oh no! You guys see what happened? Oh, I'm gonna have to look for a new glue. I do have, I think I have another one somewhere. And I also picked up a little bit of the newspaper because some glue got mixed up to the front. But it just adds to that grunginess. Let me pull my glue book back out. Even though it adds to the grunginess, I'd really prefer that not to happen again. Because then, like, sometimes the glue, it gives, like, a different look to the paper once it dries to, like, the outside. And I don't always like that. So, yeah. It looks cool, but I don't want it to happen again. Thanks. Especially my cool attitude lady there. Okay. So the effect that I was talking about, when I ripped the paper, it didn't come off clean, right? It kind of like tore a little bit of the other layer, and it left a very, very thin layer. Then I inked it, so then it kind of gives like a fuzzy, almost fabric texture to it, right? So yeah, I really like that a lot. I definitely think when I cut these down, I will probably sew around each and every one of them. And I say that, but I'm thinking about sewing around them now. Should I sew around them now or not? I don't know. Let me see. I'm trying to see if it'll fit under, like the whole sheet of paper will fit under my machine. I have not tried to sew an entire sheet of paper like this before. I've only sewn cut down versions of paper. So I'm not sure if I could even stick this into my machine. My machine is back there. Right there. And I do, that's where I have my signatures sitting on anyway. If I'm working on something, honestly, that's tend to where I put my signatures or paper or project, whatever I'm working on, because it's lifted off of the disaster zone that I have here. Okay. To sew or not to sew? 'Tis the question. Let me. I don't know if I'm going to sew yet, but if I do sew, it will be off camera. So I guess when you watch part 2 of this, then you know if I sewed it previously or not, right? So yeah, so I'll see you guys in part 2 to finish this up. I don't know, maybe even go into a part 3. Who knows with me? I talk a lot, and trial and error a lot and craft as I go. So see you guys. Bye.